Have you ever wondered what led to the pivotal Battle of Uhud in history? The tale is steeped in intrigue and conflict. A key trigger was the outcome of the preceding Battle of Badr. The stunning defeat of the Meccans ignited a burning desire for revenge, setting the stage for what was to become the Battle of Uhud. These circumstances, coupled with religious and political tensions, led to this significant event in history. Now that we know the reasons, let's delve into when this significant event took place. Picture this. The year is 625 AD, and the weather plays its part in shaping this historic event. We find ourselves on the 3rd of Shawwal, in the 3rd year after the Hijrah, a date etched in the annals of history, the day of the Battle of Uhud. On this fateful day, the scorching Arabian sun blazed down on the warriors, casting long shadows on the sandy battlefield. The heat was intense, a formidable foe in its own right, testing the mettle of even the hardiest of fighters. This harsh weather wasn't merely a backdrop, but a pivotal component of the battle's dynamics. Its influence was felt in the strategy, the tactics, and the resilience required from the warriors. Every drop of sweat trickling down a fighter's face was a testament to the grueling conditions they faced, adding another layer of complexity to the historic clash. With the scene set, let's explore where exactly this battle unfolded. Imagine a vast plain nestled between towering mountains, the strategic location of the Battle of Uhud. Nestled on the outskirts of Medina, Uhud is a battlefield as rich in geographical features as it is in history. This isn't just any ordinary plain. It's a sprawling open field bordered by a range of rugged mountains that pierce the sky, their majestic peaks casting long shadows over the battlefield below. Uhud's strategic position, just a few miles north of Medina, made it a natural fortress for the Muslim forces. The mountainous terrain offered a protective shield, a natural barrier against the Meccan army. The Muslims, led by the Prophet Muhammad, set up their forces at the foot of Mount Uhud, with the mountain at their back, providing a natural defense against any rear attack. On the other side, the Meccan army, eager for revenge after their defeat at the Battle of Badr, arrived in Uhud with a force 3 times larger than the Muslims. Their formation stretched across the vast plain, their sheer numbers a stark contrast to the smaller Muslim force. Yet, it was the strategic positioning of the Muslims, the mountain at their back and the open plain in front, that allowed them to hold their ground. The Battle of Uhud wasn't just a clash of forces, it was a testament to the power of strategic planning. The mountainous terrain of Uhud wasn't just a backdrop to the battle, it was a key player, its rugged cliffs and uneven terrain playing crucial roles in the unfolding drama of the fight. As the battle raged and swords clashed, the mountains of Uhud echoed with the sounds of combat. Yet, despite the chaos and bloodshed, the strategic use of the terrain by the Muslim forces helped them to withstand the larger Meccan force, turning a potential defeat into a stalemate. The location played a crucial role in the battle, but what happened after the dust had settled? In the aftermath of the battle, a new chapter in the history of warfare was written, one marked by mercy. The Battle of Uhud was a vivid illustration of how the Prophet Muhammad's teachings shaped the conduct of his followers, even in the throes of conflict. This was a battle where the victors showed an unparalleled level of compassion towards their adversaries. In the dust and turmoil following the battle, the Muslims did not seek vengeance. Instead, they treated their captives with dignity and respect. This was a far cry from the usual brutalities of war. The prisoners were not chained or humiliated, but were offered food and shelter. This was a reflection of the Islamic principle of adl, or justice, which the Prophet Muhammad had instilled in his followers. One of the most poignant instances of mercy was when the Prophet Muhammad came across Hind, the woman who had caused his uncle's death. Despite her heinous act, the Prophet chose not to seek revenge, but forgave her, demonstrating an extraordinary level of compassion and forgiveness. The Prophet's teachings also guided the Muslims' treatment of the wounded. They were tended to, regardless of which side they fought for, embodying the Islamic principle of ihsan, or excellence in conduct. This was a time when the norms of warfare were being rewritten, not by the sword, but by the heart. These acts of mercy were not isolated instances, but a pattern that emerged throughout the aftermath of the Battle of Uhud. They served as a powerful testament to the Prophet Muhammad's teachings of compassion, forgiveness, and respect for all life. In the face of adversity and loss, the Muslims chose mercy over vengeance, humanity over hostility. They chose to uphold their principles, even in the face of their enemies. Their actions spoke volumes about their character and their unwavering commitment to the teachings of Islam. Indeed, the Battle of Uhud was not just a military event, but a testament to the enduring values of mercy and humanity. So, what have we learned about the Battle of Uhud? Let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've discussed. We've delved into the reasons behind this pivotal conflict, understanding that it was driven by a complex mix of political, social, and religious factors. The tensions between the Quraysh of Mecca and the Muslims of Medina set the stage for a battle that would have far-reaching implications. We've traveled back in time to that fateful day in March, in the year 625. The weather played its role in the unfolding drama, with the heat of the Arabian sun bearing down on the battlefield, adding another layer of challenge to the combatants. We've explored the strategic location of the battle, taking place on the slopes of Mount Uhud. This was a battlefield chosen with thought and consideration, its terrain playing a crucial role in the tactics and strategies employed during the battle. And perhaps most importantly, we've highlighted the unprecedented mercy shown by the Muslims after the battle. Despite the bitter conflict, they demonstrated a remarkable level of humanity and compassion towards their opponents, setting a precedent that resonates throughout history. The Battle of Uhud, therefore, stands as a historic event that shaped the course of history and left a lasting legacy of humanity in warfare.